What's going on, everybody? It's Tajay, Mr. First Generation Wealth, Mr. Good Vibes Only, coming to you live, direct, in full effect from post-workout Earth. Oh man, I know it's been forever since I made a video. I know it has been forever since I have blessed the YouTubes with my presence. A lot has been going on, a lot of nothing, a lot of mental work has been happening over the last, I don't know when the last time I made a video was. I think it's been about a month, if not less than that. But I'm gonna say about a month. And one thing that I realized is that there's psychological time and there is time inside of the construct of time. And a lot of us, when focusing on our future or focusing on the fact that we're not where we want to be, we're running on psychological time, because psychological time is subjective. What I mean by that is, depending on if there's something exciting ahead of you or if there's something that you're dreading ahead in the future, time can either drag or go fast. Or when you're doing something you enjoy, time can seem to go by like a blink. But when you're doing something you hate, time can seem to drag on forever. And what I've realized is that time itself is very, very constant. It's so consistent, in fact, that it has the ability to blur itself in the midst of our overthinking of the concept. So I said all that to say this. I have a goal to be a multi-billionaire, and that is by the time I am 50 years old, maybe 55. And I'm realizing, dang, I only make $27,000 a year right now. But I am, wow, look at that. It's sweat and the salt, it's white. My sweat is white. But I realized that I'm 28 right now. So let's just make it even and say it takes till I'm 58. That's 30 years. And by compounding your income, making more and more every year, doubling your income every year, it's totally possible. It's just gonna take 30 years. So getting caught up in the fact that it's not happening tomorrow and understanding the things that you have to learn from now till then and the things that you don't know, it's a learning process. It's a feeling process. And a lot of us get caught up in wanting results right now. Another thing is that I get caught up on the fact when it comes to losing weight that I haven't lost weight, and understanding that it takes a lot of relearning and unlearning and changing of habits. If I'm honest, to get to the weight that I am, which is, I haven't weighed myself in a couple weeks, so I'll do that later. But to get to the weight that I am, and the last I remember I was like 296, it took years. The way I was eating started as a child, like 5 years old. So I'm 28, from 5 years old, 23 years of thought patterns being drilled into my head and constant rehearsing over and over of doing the same things. And then at one point realizing that's not what I want to be. Do you know how hard it is to remove ingrained habits from the psyche, from the subconscious? Things that happen that we don't give thought to. It's insane. So always monitor the information that you're putting in. And if you want to change, put new information in your brain. I see so many people regularly saying, I wanted to change this, I want to change that. Yet they're not learning about the opposite end of the spectrum and what it looks like and what it takes to attain whatever goal. Like for me, it's body. So for me, it's like learning about how to work out properly, proper nutrition, proper hydration, things of that nature, the science of how the human body works, anatomy, physiology. Learning these things would help me to get the body that I see and visualize in my future. But a lot of people will sit there and not do anything, or do the exact same things, but continue to hope and wish and pray that things change. And they never do. They never do. They keep inserting the same things that they've been putting in their head for the last 23 years and then being like, well, I don't know how to do it. I can't do it. Learn. We have Google. There's no excuse to not know. There's so many knowledgeable people out there who are giving away this information for free. And nobody's taking advantage of it because they want to stay stuck. You may say you don't, but truly actions speak louder than words, and you want to stay stuck. I spent so much time wondering, wishing, and hoping that I could lose weight, that I could change my financial future, and that I could become closer to myself, and then continue to just play video games for 12 hours a day, or to watch porn and eat copious amounts of food. Like, seriously, somewhere around, goodness, I think I was consuming somewhere around 9,000, 10,000 calories a day. Like, when I played sports back in college and high school, that was cool because I was working out literally 8 hours a day. So I was shredding through all of that. But as you leave your past behind you and you start to grow, but you bring some of your habits from the past with you, they start to hinder you. What was helpful in one season can actually be a hindrance in another season. So every couple years, I take stock. Actually, for me, I say every couple years, but for me, every 3 months, I'm always reevaluating habits that I've built, because it takes 21 days to see results, 60 days to build a habit, 90 days to solidify it. So every 3 months, I've built new habits in some way, shape, or form. Things that I haven't even acknowledged have changed about me, and I'm always reevaluating. And in that, I sit and I think, how is this helping me? How is this hurting me? That was good for me then. Is it still good for me now? Should I keep moving with this, or should I let it go by the wayside? And I'm constantly doing that, because as you move into different seasons in life, some things can't go with you. If you're trying to elevate, there's no way that you can keep stuff from your past with you. You can't, because in order to be a new you means that, to mean that there's a new you means that they knew you. Means that the person you used to be is who you no longer are. And you gotta let go. You gotta separate to elevate. So that's another thing, is I've spent a bunch of time in solitude. Like, I didn't realize that I am very much like Frank Ocean in the fact of, like, I'll pop on the scene for a little bit and then I'll just go ghost and be working on myself and living life, not trying to strive for the metric that society has held up for us, but to find what I want to do with my life and live accordingly. And very reclusive in that. A lot of people who knew me once before, as time goes by, they're starting to realize that. Even people who were the closest to me understand that I need my time by myself where I can just figure things out, because at the end of the day, all we have is us. We're the only person with our best interest in mind. People may try to help you. People may try to do things for you, but at the end of the day, they do those things trying to get something out of it. And even when people say, no, I'm doing it to help you, but does it make you feel good to help you? Yes, well, then you're getting something out of it. And once you realize that that's what you get out of it, and then you continue to do things in order to make people feel good because it makes you feel good. And that's not to bring a pessimistic or a negative attitude towards giving, because I think it's one of the most wonderful things you can do. I'm just saying that everybody has their own self-interest in mind to begin with. So just know that I know I said I was going to be recording more videos. I know that I said I was going to be editing more videos, but in all honesty, I'm learning how to do such, and I'm going to put them into practice. I just haven't decided exactly when. But I have a couple videos that I've been editing, and it's a learning process. I've been messing around with them, and also I have a perfectionist attitude, so it's a lot of tweaking, a lot of going back and forth, and a lot of procrastinating on my part. So new yoga videos coming, new videos of me interviewing people. That's one of the things that I love to do. So that would be something new. A lot of more of these talks where I'm just brain dumping and hopefully helping people maneuver through things that are stopping them, that are excuses. Because personally, I have plenty of excuses as to why I shouldn't. Like this morning, I didn't want to go to the gym at all, but I did. I've actually been dreading it for the last 2 days because I work out on my days off. But we made it, and I feel incredible afterwards. So don't let your emotions get in the way of your purpose. Don't let fulfillment and gratification for the now knock your future off track. You either pay the cost now or you pay it later. And I would much rather pay now than later. With that being said, remember this: life is 10% what happens to you, 90% how you choose to react to it. It is a choice. Do not give your joy to another person, because joy comes from within. No one can fulfill you but you. Don't place that power in someone else's hands because you're giving them too much of yourself. Something that I don't even know if anybody deserves but God. Remember, love